Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Neetu here.
What's up? It's your guy Igor here. Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Today we will be talking about why you should be taking a mortgage in Calgary as a first-time home buyer. So let's start the topic on why you should actually do that. So the affordable home housing here in Calgary. Calgary prices for houses are at rock bottom. Well, not to say rock bottom, but at least as compared to Toronto and Vancouver, it's much affordable. Now, will it stay the same? I don't know. What do you think as a realtor?
Well, what happened is, guys, why I need to say rock bottom is because a lot of people from Toronto are coming here and Vancouver as well. Thing is, what happened is in the past 40 years, that's what one of the investors told me here in Calgary, Calgary has never seen an insane spike in the price of the housing. So it was always gradual growth. And according to Vancouver people and investors from out of province, this is the rock bottom. The spike hasn't yet even started. So housing in Calgary compared to top markets like Toronto and Vancouver is still at the bottom according to those people out of province.
So will there be a spike? Yes, it can happen. Calgary, according to people who have been here as Calgarians, they would say that it has never happened. In the past 40-50 years, they have never seen a hike. But can it actually happen? Yes, it can. But so that's the reason why we say that people from Toronto and Vancouver, they have experienced the same thing in their market. They've actually stayed there and they thought that it was a bubble and they waited. And guess what happened? They are just out from the market, and all of those guys are moving here in Calgary. So as a Calgarian, I would definitely ask you to think again.
Of course, because what happened with those guys, and this is what happened. People in Calgary have not experienced it ever before. So people from Toronto and Vancouver, especially those people who missed out on buying a home, they have experienced it, and now they're seeing the same patterns here. So what happened is people who are from Calgary, because we have never experienced here, and I'm talking to people who've been living here for 40 years, you know, like investing into real estate. They're not like people from here. We are not used to this kind of market, but people from out of province who have missed out and waited out long enough to miss out on their home purchases, on their mortgages, they see the same pattern here. And actually it can be a self-fulfilled prophecy, because those people are floating in, and it might have not happened, but it's probably going to happen because so many people are expecting this to happen and they're investing into Calgary.
Now, you might be thinking that we are biased because I'm a mortgage broker with DLC Clear Trust and Igor is a realtor with eXp Realty, and because of that we are telling you on this topic. No, we are just talking to you as home buyers here in Calgary. Many people think that there is a bubble and that's going to explode, and that's what they actually thought in Toronto back in 2015, 2014, and guess what happened? In Scarborough, prices just skyrocketed from $400,000 to $1 million right now. Can you even imagine that could happen in Scarborough? No, and the same thing for all the suburbs in Ontario. So that's going to happen in Calgary. Many people think that, again, because of the bubble, because of the multiple offer situation, they would not want to compete. That's actually wrong. Why is there a demand? Why is there a multiple offer situation? Because people believe in the market.
Yeah, and what's the next point why you should be buying for this kind of situation is inflation. So a lot of people are thinking, okay, there is a bubble, but there is bubble for everything. I mean, used car market, look what's happening right now. Even the car market in general. You go to Costco, buy groceries. Like, what's going on with the money? And the reality is, it's not the housing that's going up. It's not that there is a bubble. You know, I wish we could reverse back time in 1970s and still keep on making the same money that we're making right now, and just in 1 year buy a house for cash for less than $100,000, let's say. But it's never going, like, we cannot reverse the time. And in fact it's not the housing that's going down, it's the value of your money on your bank account is going down every single year. The fact is, if you have $100,000 saved up right now, and let's say inflation is 7%, 1 year from now it's 7% less your money is worth. So you can say you have $93,000. But if the hidden inflation is 10% or 12%, you're losing $10,000, $12,000 a year. Even if you saved up $15,000 in a year, you didn't save up anything, because the money that you saved up, you still have $100,000 the next year. And housing is, mortgages is just one way to protect your assets from inflation. That's all it is. It's not a bubble. It's just that the government doesn't want to acknowledge that your money is becoming worthless over the time. That's what it is.
And also the next point that we actually want to talk about is the interest rates. Now people are thinking that, oh my goodness, it's interest rates, it's at peaking 5.5% or 4.5%. By the way, the best interest rate right now is 4.89 for 5 years fixed. But they think that that's not the best interest rate. Now, this is going to be the new norm. Now, we have had a mortgage and the interest rate is what? 2.5%.
Something, no, less than that. 2.34 something.
Exactly. Now, people who have bought before, they think that no, this is going to drop and this must drop. That's actually not going to happen. In the beginning of last year, we thought that when Bank of Canada is going to make these rate hikes, they are going to lower it down at least by some points this summer. And guess what? It did not happen. They actually increased the interest rates, the lending rate to 0.5%. And now it's 4.75%, and now because of that the lending rate has gone up. Many people are obviously out of the market, they cannot afford it, and they are going for condos now. So that's
exactly what's happening right now. You just said condos, and it shocked me a little bit because there's multiple clients who I'm dealing with right now. Finally, we got him a townhouse, and I'll say congratulations to that guy. But anyways, the reality is we lost a lot of multiple offers on a townhouse because people's pre-approvals went down, and they're grabbing anything, whatever is within their budget. For whatever because their budgets went down with the interest rates going up, so their affordability, like the salary stayed the same, but the amount of house that you can afford within that budget, went down. So there is more people at, let's say, under $500,000 and their pre-approvals trying to get something. But the fact is, the inventory on the real estate market right now in Calgary is like 40% less than last year. And as far as I remember, last year it was like 40% less than the year before that. So all in all, like, if you don't get the clear picture, we are screwed right now. There is not enough houses and nobody's selling the houses, and there's so many people trying to buy them, especially experienced guys.
And now because of that, what do you have? In one townhouse, you have 15 offers. And in order to actually compete with that, you have to go unconditional.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you need to have a pre-approval with a rate hold so that you can go and put an unconditional offer.
It still stresses me out each time you say unconditional, because I always encourage people to get an inspection done, to get financing condition, because you're risking your deposit, especially for Calgarians. People from Ontario come in here, they're like unconditional. Nothing. I did that so many times back in Ontario. In Alberta, it's like, what do you mean I'm not going to have financing condition? What do you mean? Are you just saying I'm going to give like a 20,000 deposit, and if I don't get the money, they're going to keep it from me? That's basically, that's kind of a stress, even for realtors and mortgage brokers, for everyone. Like, people are thinking it's good market for realtors and mortgage brokers because people just put the deposits on stake. No, it's not a good market. Imagine this: 14 out of 15 offers that went for that townhouse, the 14 realtors, 14 families lost, and one person got. So it's not a good market for anyone, honestly. I always want you to have more time and options to shop around, but that's the situation. But the reason for that is interest rates that we have right now is people are used to them. So there is a small percentage of people who are wearing their pink glasses and they're like, oh, wow, their interest rates are going to go down. But there is a lot of people who understand that it might not happen in the next 5 years. It might even go up, but it's going to be like, guys, what do you mean 2%, 1% interest rates? Like, when did it even historically happen? Whatever good thing happened to us just a few years back, we'll remember it for the rest of our lives. But I mean, the interest we had is a theft. Okay, it's like a stealing from the bank. The interest rates that we had for the past years, it's never been there like that. So whatever we have right now is not something new. It's something that was there before, and it's actually not that bad if you think about it. So that's what I'm saying.
I was actually watching this video in about 1980s or 1990s where they were saying that 14-15% was actually the new norm. So I mean, as compared to that, right now we are still at 5%. It's still better. Yeah. So I think that people, whoever is sitting on the fence, thinking that the interest rate is going to go down, yes, it might go down in the next 3 years and the next 4 years, but do you actually want to wait? By that time, you would be out of the market. By that time, the real estate prices would actually go higher in a way that you could not afford. And also the stress rates. they are actually talking about increasing the stress test rate. Exactly. So now it is at whatever the interest rate plus 2%, but they are actually going to increase it. And now to what percent are they going to increase it? You never know.
Yeah. Well, so, but the next reason why you should be buying a house this year is actually first-time home buyers incentives. Nito can tell you a little bit more about it because she's my expert. She can tell you about it.
So right now the government is offering many incentives and benefits, like the first-time home buyers incentive, where you can actually have a shared equity with the government, where you put in your first 5% and the government will help you put in the next 5%.
So what it means is, I'm going to interrupt Nito. What it means is, it means that the government puts in a little bit more money for that you don't have to pay interest for that, and it lowers down your monthly payments and makes the housing more affordable. So that's what I want to say.
So now this is going to be a little bit more affordable than it was before, and you can actually be a homeowner with this. Now think about this, after the next 5 to 10 years of time, when the real estate prices are going to go higher, now you might be able to afford probably a duplex or a detached house, but after 5 years, when the interests are going down and the prices of the real estate are going to go up, even if though this incentive is going to be there, you may be only able to afford buying a condo or a townhouse.
Yeah, like townhouses, guys, like they just literally, the townhouses went in Calgary in the last few weeks more than $20,000 up for an average townhouse. We're going to wait for Calgary Real Estate Board to come up with the statistics on what actually happened, but with this unconditional offers, multiple offer situation, a townhouse that was listed for $220,000 is now getting sold for $270s, so $50,000 more. So what? Good luck getting a townhouse if you wait for too long, because affordable housing, yes, we still have a lot of condos, but townhouses are getting out of reach. Apartments are going to start being the only option, and because it's going to be the only option, it's going to start getting expensive too. So all I'm trying to say is, affordable housing doesn't mean you're going to get dream house that you wanted, and you might be not able to get a house. And also, just interesting, I'm going to get into your topic, but interesting thing is, those investors who were taking advantage of the low interest rates that happened in the last few years, they walked in 5 years terms right now on fixed rates. So they're not going to give up equity. You know, the rents are going up, interest rates are going up, and the rents are going up. And can you imagine, there are so many investors right now holding on to their fourplexes, duplexes, and they're just keeping it on rent. And they're literally making money on the interest rates going up, because they are still locked at somewhere close to 2% on their investments, and they have so many tenants. So they are not going to release those properties for the next at least 5 years, and it's not good for our inventory. So it's not good for the real estate price. Won't go down until they start releasing those things. But why should they sell something if they got such an amazing rate and they're just making a lot of money on tenants right now? So there is no way it's going to change so drastically in the next 5 years, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think we covered a lot of topics. Nito did a great job today. She was giving you so many things. Anyways, guys, so these are the situations. So just keep in mind, interest rates might be a new norm right now. You know, if you are buying something right now, like Nito was saying, at the interest rates, while other people are worried of buying something, you can get it right now at a cheaper price. And if you have a problem with interest rates, and if it goes down, you can always ask Nito for a refinance, and she can refinance it probably at a better rate. So that's going to work out better for you. So all I'm trying to say, guys, is do not miss out on this opportunity. And also, if you're having money, say, sitting on your bank account for the next years that you could be used as a down payment for your house, take into consideration the inflation, and are you ready to give away that many thousands of dollars every year to cover up for the inflation for that money? Is it working for you, or is just depreciating? And actually, the housing prices, in my opinion, it doesn't really go up. It's more like I'm pretty sure that $1 million houses in Vancouver are same as $100,000 houses that they used to be back, I don't know how many years back. So what I'm trying to say is just that your money is worth less, and the housing are staying the same because they're in demand. Maybe it goes up a little bit, but moreover, it's protection from inflation, and if the inflation goes up, the housing is going to keep on going up. And if you cannot reverse inflation, and I don't think it ever happens, so this is what the situation is. I don't think the housing is going to go back to what it was 5 years ago. That's my forecast for it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Follow me and Nito, and Nito's channel as well, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.